Now here's an entertaining one about a guy whose wife, out of the blue, after being married for a while, requested an open marriage. And unfortunately, this guy goes along with it. And you're going to see real quick that, to no surprise, she has more dudes in her rotation than the IBM supercomputer Watson can possibly calculate. And this guy, well, eventually he finds another gal. And of course, the second this guy finds a girl and he's happy, the wife has a meltdown and doesn't want him seeing her and all that. And ultimately, you're going to see things work out well for this guy in the end. And the wife, well, she's still riding the carousel. And let me go into cover here, guys, to show you that the second a wife or anybody brings an open relationship, open marriage, it's over. End it. Okay? No good can come from it. She's already hooking up with other dudes or has guys lined up. And if that's not what you want a committed relationship, end it with her. She's not wife material or girlfriend material. And of course, how selfish they can be, that they can be hooking up and getting salami left and right. But the second you find one girl that you like, then they want to end the whole thing. And well, you have every right to be happy yourself. Title: My wife wanted to try poly. I caved and said yes. Now I'm headed into divorce and I'm actually happy. He says, okay, so this is a throwaway for obvious reasons, but I wanted to get my story out there and get people's opinions and thoughts. Backstory: about a year and a half ago, my wife came to me and suggested we try an open marriage, and after some thought, I said, sure, why not? Smack! Dude, that is a terrible idea. And not to mention the fact that you have kids, okay? It is over. End it with her. That's it. She's not someone you can trust anymore, and I guarantee there's other dudes in the picture that she's hooking up with or preparing to hook up with. You're obviously a monogamy type of guy, but okay. Now, I know this is a terrible reasoning, but I figured it wouldn't hurt to try since she was suggesting it, and our marriage wasn't in the greatest place. Well, there's a surprise. Anyway, so we discussed boundaries and things and head out on a new adventure, and boy oh boy, did she find partners. Lots of partners. Of course she did. It's easy for a woman, and if she's remotely attractive, of course she's going to get other dudes. While I slowly felt like I was getting left in the dust, struggling to find even one person to connect with, as luck would have it, we went on a group trip to a bunch of wineries with a friend of ours where I met with a gal who's now still my girlfriend. I knew when I saw her I wanted to ask her out, and I'm glad I did because I've been so amazingly happy with her. So notice he's not interested in hooking up with like 10 different girls, he just wants one woman. That's what a lot of these guys are like in these situations and scenarios. Anyway, things have been going pretty smooth for a while. Wife and all her boy toys are doing their thing, and my girlfriend and I are connecting deeper and deeper every day. Well, her and her boy toys are getting deeper in your wife. As the holidays approached, I started noticing that my wife was acting more and more jealous and getting mad at even the smallest of things, and just after Christmas, she decided to go through my phone. I don't lock it because I don't keep secrets from her, and see that the girlfriend and I are casually talking about having plans to a trip over the summer, taking all of the kids, her one kid and my two, and have a nice vacation. She's getting jealous like crazy with your one girlfriend, and meanwhile she is getting plowed left and right by Chad, Tyrone, Julio, Bill, on, and she's okay. The reality is, to them, they're just rotating salami. But with this girlfriend, she sees this as a real threat. God forbid this guy is something that makes him happy. My wife, without getting any context to the conversation, blows up. And after a bunch of arguing, we decide that it isn't working for us and that separation is our next step. There's an idea. That should have been done when she first brought up this whole ridiculous idea about the open relationship, open marriage. It doesn't work. But this guy, I'm willing to bet you he went along with it because he has kids. There's a bunch of crazy things that she did within a week time period that I really won't get into, but I will put it out there that it really solidified the decision to end our marriage. Oh no, we want to hear these things. After all that, she moves with her parents and we co-parent the kids fairly easily, minus 2 weeks where she thought it would be a good idea to try to take the kids away from me with no contact at all. That brings us up to recent times. The divorce is proceeding, currently in the custody phase, and things feel better for me. All the while I have to keep my girlfriend. All the while I keep my girlfriend, and we both decide we just want each other and no adding extra buddy in the group. And the wife has decided her best option is to do her thing still and meet guys. So after all this, she's still having salami after salami coming to pay her a visit. So I guess the moral of all this is, even if it doesn't feel like it's working, sometimes it's secretly working for the better. I'll answer any questions that anybody has about the situation. No, well, I'm glad it worked out in your favor and you met a gal that you liked and you connect with and everything like that and you're probably going to be with now. But at the end of the day, you should have divorced her right then and there. You said your marriage was going down the tubes. This is not the way to fix it, okay? End of freaking story. The best way, two people that actually have a level of care towards a relationship to try fixing it, is to communicate with each other. Get professional help if that's the last resort. You know, sadly, a lot of times these marriage counselors are always going to favor the women, but if both parties eagerly want to work on things to help them communicate better, maybe that's a better situation. But since these stories pop up left and right in these stupid magazines and articles about open relationships, open marriages, which I see all the time, of course idiots like her want to try this. But I guarantee you she was cheating on this guy long before she brought this whole thing up, you know? And the second that she saw him having a girlfriend, somebody he was serious with, that he was obviously having feelings for, that was a threat to her stability and her situation, and she threw a fit over it. But at the end of the day, they broke up, and that's good. That's better for him, better for her, and frankly better for the kids, you know, because the kids are going to be in a house with mom and dad pissed off at each other all the time. But these things don't work, and he could have saved a whole lot of time if he just would have ended it with her. So guys, in the future, remember this. I say it all the time. If you are married or relationship and your gal brings this bullshit up, end it, move on. It's a better situation, but good for him, at least he's happy.